Hi guys, I'm Tom,
And I'm Josh.
and this is Minichanicus, our new hobby YouTube channel.
Yeah.
So this is something we've been working on for a while, planning out.
Yeah. We've had a couple of ideas in the works, and this is going to be our first episode. So, how our episodes are going to format is through some cool challenges. I mean, we wanted to show off the different parts of our hobbies, so we're going to have like some building stuff, some painting stuff, and some awesome creative stuff to showcase with you guys. And this first thing is going to be a building challenge.
Yeah.
So, we're going to start by just introducing our challenge format. So, each episode, we're going to be setting each other, or maybe set a different task. Now, it's going to have a couple of different aspects. It's going to have the first one of like, how much can you spend on it? Is it going to be like you have to use your own stuff, or can you go out and get new stuff?
Yeah.
The second thing is going to be the, I just realised I quick you off there.
It's cool.
My bad. So, the second thing is going to be the actual theme of the challenge. We're going to try and cover a couple of different games, try and get a nice wide variety of things done. And the third is going to be the judging. Now, for the judging, we're actually going to have a guest judge on each episode. Now, these are going to be either good friends or people from the hobby community who are going to come on and rate us and see how well we can do in this awesome, like, friendly little competition, and just a cool way to show off,
just to talk about the hobby,
and
do some cool stuff with it, and have a bit of a play around with the options you have, and what you can do with tiny plastic man.
Exactly, right?
Fun.
So the first challenge we wanted to do was the standard template challenge. Now, this one is going to revolve around building something to do with the Mechanicus.
Yeah, it seems fitting with Minichanicus, Mechanicus.
Yeah, that's
rude not to, right?
Exactly right. Start off by making some cool robots. Now, for you guys that don't know what the Mechanicus are, they are a faction in Warhammer 40,000, or some of the that setting games like 30,000 and stuff. And what they are a faction of builders, creators of technology.
They're the Imperium's branch of technological guys. They range all the way from building starships, building tanks, through to weird mechanical automata, infantry, cyborgs, anything in between.
Just general good STEM activities.
Yeah.
So we thought this was going to give us an awesome way to show off, because they're all about building, right? So
you've got so many options.
Exactly. What better an option to show off a building challenge? So how we're going to do this is we're going to have a bit of a chat of what we are, the models that we're going to
what we've planned around.
We'll go over a little bit of talking about what we're going to do, and when we've done it, what we've actually managed to make, and then we're going to go to judging.
We'll bring in our guest judge, and they'll give us some points based on whatever they think's best, and then we'll go from that.
Yeah, cool. So for this challenge, we're going to be looking to build something regarding the Mechanicus. So some sort of robot.
That was our broad theme, but it is very much that. It's, you could build a Magos, you could build a tech priest, you could build some bizarre automata, even a servitor. You could build some sort of like a book carrying guy.
Exactly right, just someone roboty and useful.
Yeah.
But I mean, on the subject of bizarre automata, we do have sort of an underdog tale going on here, because I mean, why don't we chat a little bit about some of your Mechanicum experience?
All right, I do love robots. So I have a pretty large Mechanicum force that I've been working on for the past like 3, maybe even 4 years. No, not 4 years, 3 years. A little bit here and there. Started off as one of our many attempts at heresy. A little heresy force based around a Magos, Thalax, and some Titan Guard Scutari. Really cool models, and that's what got me started. But then from there, I really fell just in love with building Magoses. Building weird robot boys.
Because there's a lot of personality that you can put into the different models, right?
Yeah, man, like they've got so much fun stuff around with. The range has really expanded over the last few years. Like the Scutari releases and the Adeptus Mechanicus releases have they were really cool. Some of my favourite releases from the past few years, giving us so many bits and parts to play around with and make some really cool stuff. So yeah, it's been a really cool project.
Yeah, awesome. I mean, I'm excited to have a go at this challenge myself because it's the entire opposite for me. I've never owned any of the Adeptus Mechanicus stuff. That entire range, I've kind of just stuck to Space Marines.
Space Marine.
Yeah. What can I say? You know, I love Space Marines. I love good Space Marines. I love bad Space Marines. I'm just about it. I don't know.
Do you even like robot Space Marines?
I even do. Yeah, I think the closest I like Iron Hands.
Not actual robots.
Yeah, so I'm very like making the leap into into Mechanicus.
It's gonna be really cool to see what you do with them
for this challenge. Yeah, so I honestly don't know where I'm gonna go with it. But I'm excited to see where we end up.
Amazing, dude. Well, we've got so many options. Like we were saying, we were chatting before, the Mechanicus range has so many options for where you could start out with for any Mechanicus model, whether you're building a Tech Priest or a Magos or anything in between. All the kits, the GW base kits, perfect to start off with.
Yeah, because you see a lot of the like even the Age of Sigmar stuff, like the Nighthorn. You just
well in the
cables and stuff.
Like guitar wire is your best friend here.
Yeah, that's good.
The like Inquisitor 2018 has really blown up and over the past few years, and you can see so many different ways you can do this and execute it beautifully and perfectly.
So
by timing those different elements.
Yeah, so you can watch us execute it mildly.
Like we're gonna give it a stab.
Yeah.
So this challenge was really cool for me. Like I said, I've built a lot of Mechanicus before, so this was a chance to expand on that collection. And I decided to build up one I've been thinking for a while, so it's the Macrotech Magos. I've been working through my list of the ones in the Mechanicum book from Heresy. It'd be really cool. All the different types of Magos have different rules and different little aspects. And Macrotechs they're like the Tinkerers, so I really wanted to play with that and do very hunched over, working at a workspace sort of thing. And I had the Lord Croak model in my bits box. Who knows how he ended up in there, but he did. And I thought it'd be a cool opportunity to use that model. I love the meme of frogs in Warhammer. So frog robot, here we go. So this is what I came up with. The Mechadendrites really nicely fitted into the holes of Croak's like eye skulls, which worked perfectly, gave me a really nice frame for that to go around. The face is hidden with like tons of robes to really pull in that hunched over effect. I had a lot of fun with this game, it was really cool. Then to base him up, because obviously he sat down in a room just on the floor, I built me his little chair that I sort of ended up looking like Dr. Eggman. Doesn't phase into I did watch the trailer for the new Sonic film on when I was building. So yeah, a little bit Jim Carrey, a little bit Frogman, can't go wrong.
Right, yeah, so this was an interesting challenge for me. As we went over a little bit before, so Tom is definitely the master of Mechanicum compared to myself, who is not the master of Mechanicum. I mean, the first challenge for this in building my model was that I didn't actually have any sort of base model, and I wasn't really sure what sort of crazy thing that like Tom was gonna, get out of his collection. So what I ended up using was a Genestealer Cults model. Now, well, it was actually a mix of two models. So the first one is the Biophagus. Now this came out like just a few months ago. That's the doctor guy that makes all the Genestealers a little bit stronger. And I think it's the Calamavus. It's the guy with the little speakerphone thing. Anyway, they both ended up getting chopped up and made into my Tech Priest. Now, the things I found the most inspiring when making my model was, first of all, I wanted to give him a weird head. Like, I like the idea of going for a screen head. It reminded me of a comic that I read called Saga. That was really cool, and it has the robots having weird TV screen faces, and I thought that was a really cool thing to play off because I was giving him a very humanoid body. So I wanted to remind him that he was still like a little bit of a robot. And the second thing is a lot of the Inquisitor 28 stuff that's going on. Like one time we went to Warhammer World a couple of years back. There was this awesome display called the Pilgrim, and that had all sorts of humans and robots and bits like all chopped up together. So I thought, hey, let's make something that's a little bit humanoid, a little bit recognizable, but then if we put all the sorts of weird stuff onto it, then it might make it look like that whole bizarre, dark, twisted aspect that the Mechanicum go for. Aside from that, there's some cool little bits from Age of Sigmar on it. There's some of the old wizardy celestial bits on his backpack, which I think adds a little bit to the weird factor. But yeah, I'm still really nervous to see what's going to happen in the judging section. So let's go to that.
Those were the models. Hopefully you thought they were pretty cool.
Yeah.
I mean, some fun with them. I'm excited to see what we end up with.
Absolutely interesting. Yeah. But first of all, I feel like we got a man to introduce. So our judge for this episode, Nick.
Hello everyone, I am Nick.
as introduced.
We're here with our guest judge for today, Nick.
Yeah, who isn't 28mm scale. Oh, I'm sorry, man.
Alright.
Some parts are, but I don't think that's the character.
Alright.
Nick, we used to work together. It was one of those really unique situations, which was great. That nearly all of the staff were into Warhammer, which was good. Like, so we had a very good resource to tap in Nick here. Like, I mean, what are you working on at the minute, man?
Well, I'm working on a bit of a mix of narrative stuff. Very much been feeling the Vigilus campaign. There's been a lot of good design work going.
Mm-hmm.
So I've got a bit of Ultramarines in the Vanguard, and their slightly more heroic brothers in the Black Legion.
Yeah, so you went for both, like going for that, like in that whole like setting, like driven sort of collection.
It's entirely the fault of a certain author that may have wrote a book series on the Black Legion.
Okay. Yeah.
No, we thought we were going to go like one episode without calling anyone out.
I've heard nothing about. Is it the Temsky Bowden series?
Absolutely.
I've heard nothing but good things about it.
It's phenomenal. The man's mind is just perfect for that sort of setting.
So that's got you doing like both sides of it. That's awesome. So yeah, Nick. So like down to the challenge. Like, what do you think of the Mechanicum? Like that range and stuff. You know,
it's definitely seen a lot of really nice minis come out over the last sort of few years, and it's definitely a really good way of looking at other parts of the Imperium. We all love the Space Marines, but then there's so much more going on.
Yeah, sort of seeing that like that wider scope and the guys in the background of every book, right? The guys who are, piloting the ships, making the guns, piloting the guns.
Piloting the guns.
That's a good one. Piloting the guns.
It's how you use weapons.
Yeah, right.
That's why they have really low ballistic skill.
That is.
I haven't figured it out yet.
Yeah, they're just trying to steer those bad boys. Yeah, so that entire like sort of the pragmatic side of like the Imperium, how everything's going on behind the scenes, that sort of between the civilians.
Like there is so much to the 40k universe. Sometimes it's cool to ear away from like the big explosions and battlefield side of it and go to non-combat Warhammer.
Yeah.
Secret favourite. My favourite bit.
We're definitely due some like hard done by just useless citizens that really don't do anything but are there.
Yeah, that might have to be
They're like the Imperial Guard.
Right, well, yes,
that might have to be a future episode. That. Civilians in the Imperium.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Log it in the bank, guys.
Right in the bank.
All right. So our challenge this week was.
Yeah, it was to create a Mechanicum,
a Mechanicus model of whatever variety
of some kind.
So, are we ready for the model reveal, guys? Let's get to it.
Yeah, I think so.
So we're here with the models and our patented model reveal technology.
It's patented in the fact that when you lift it up, the models might not be broken.
Like, I'm really hoping that.
So, like we said, we've both been working extra hard on this, so well, I think it's time for the reveal. So, without any further ado,
let's go for it. We've got our, I don't know what this guy ended up as, man. Macrotech Magos on his little, floating around on his little hover seat.
Fantastic.
Slant.
That was good, man. I like that one.
Scooting around with his mechadendrites to fix everything up.
And here we have a popular Image comic inspired dude with an axe. I don't know, what are these guys called?
Tech Priest.
Tech Priest?
There's definitely brings back a lot of like cyberpunk, cartoony kind of comic book.
I just want to make a dude with a TV for a face.
Yeah, man, I love the TV face. Like, it works so well on that model.
Yeah, we'll have to definitely show off some shots when these guys are painted.
I think aiming for starting next episode, we'll hopefully show off
that
what
would
we
be
painted
nice.
the episode before. In theory.
So, aside from them being slantastic, what are your initial thoughts, man? I mean, I was
They
quite
made one of those last year.
pleased they ended up quite different from each other.
Yeah,
That
that
is
is
super.
Like, one of them is a frog,
One of those frog.
like, sort of.
Yeah, but I love the pose on this guy. Josh did a great job with the two different kits. Because that's the biologous body, right?
Yeah. So that's the doctor guy body. Arms from the Flammivus guy.
And then a Skitarion as well.
With Skitari bits. There's some Empire or Free People
Okay, yeah.
bits on there as well.
It works really well.
they did like this ears.
They did, yeah.
The poser, it looks like he's just stalking across, finding some tech business as he goes.
Exactly right. Yeah.
Right, so I've been given a little bit of time to look at both of these models, and they're both really quite exciting. The minds of Madman. But I've narrowed it down to 3 categories with which I'm going to judge these. And I'm going to start on my left here. So we've got Tom's Frogman, Floaty Tech Boy. And my first point, I'm going to be judging these on lack of jankiness. Can be a big issue. So we've got lots of spiny bits, servo skulls, but overall stability, it's nice. I would throw in a model case without too much worry. But there's a bit of give, so I'm going to have to give that one 3 out of 5 non-jankiness. Regards to non-jankiness, Josh's TV-headed boy comes in at a really nice, stable. You're not going to have anything break off that. You're not going to really need to worry. But I'm going to have to give that a 4 out of 5 on the lack of jankiness scale. The next category I wanted to judge them is ouchiness. Because it's grimdark, it's horrible, there's been lots of modifications been done to both of these characters. Frogman, absolutely covered in bandages. And what that just sort of says to me is that there's been a lot of work done on him. He's covered up sores, he's had lots of Elect-2s put in. So in the ouchiness scale, he's going to get 4 out of 5. Our TV friend, looks pretty much like a humanoid man shape. Looks like a nice clean joint where his head's been removed, replaced with a TV. So in ouchiness scale, probably a little bit less hurt, so 3 out of 5. The last score I wanted to give to both these models in true Mechanicum theme is beep boopiness. And for Frog Boy, he's scooting around on his little ride there. He's got lots of mechadendrites and a servo skull. So he's getting a 4 out of 5 for beep boopiness. Lots of robot goodness. As for our TV friend, there's just something about that TV screen face that really just says to me, like 40k era emoticons. He's just throwing up a sad face when his buddy gets shot by heretics, friendly fire. So he's going to have a 5 out of 5 for that one. Realistically, I wanted to point out something I really enjoyed about these miniatures, and for our frog fellow, it is really those bandages. Really nice idea, and it sort of evokes your own imagination on why you're looking at it, like what's happened, what kind of augmentations. Is there just a mechanical skeleton, or is there some saw skin and stuff? And as I mentioned before, it is really, with this guy, just that absolute robotastic screen face. So many possibilities from a narrative aspect, and that's what really drew me to this model.
Great, thanks for that, Nick. So overall, that gives us a score out of 15. So totting them all up, We've got I'm Frogman. We've got an 11 out of 15. But Shark with the TV first man, 12 out of 15.
That's right.
Congrats, man. beat at my own game.
I take PayPal as payments.
Oh, that's great. After the show, man. After the show.
Yeah, man, but that was great.
Yeah, no, I'm stoked.
Absolutely fantastic model. Really well deserved. I think you really caught the idea of what you can do with Mechanicum.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly didn't know what to expect, considering I did not own any Mechanicum stuff. Yeah. But I guess, hey, it just goes to show, like, you just stick a load of wires on something, and then there you go, right?
Just a quick one, then. How does one achieve 5 out of 5 ouchiness? Because I did notice being wrapped in bandage is 4 out of 5. Having your head chopped off and replaced with a TV is 3 out of 5. Like,
yeah, that's good.
Where's 5 out of 5?
He does have all of his limbs.
Okay.
At least 3 of those limbs are superfluous at this point.
So you're saying that if Frogman had only 1 limb,
that would be.
I would have done it. I would have made it a tie, actually.
Next time, no limbs.
Awesome. Hey, I mean, really appreciate you doing the judging today, Nick.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thanks, man.
Your categories were on point. Just as a thing, if anyone would like to find you to like look at your models and stuff, I mean, do you have like a handle? Do you have like an Instagram or anything you want to drop? Or
Yeah, well, I'm Fulcrum Hobby Life in Balance on Instagram. It's sort of fallen by the wayside for a little bit, but there's some of my stuff on there.
Yeah, if you want just a little quick nosy, that'll probably be at the bottom of the screen. When I remember to do this. Yeah.
Or we'll not edit that in. This will look great.
That's true, or you can just guess. That's cool. And what about for you, Tom? You got any handles or anything?
Cool. So if you want to find me and keep an eye on what I'm doing, I'm Skullboy Studio. That's at Skullboy Studio on Instagram, on Facebook, and website on the way too.
Yeah, and you'll be able to see a couple more of the Mechanicum stuff. Like we've sprinkled in a couple of shots of Tom's awesome Mechanicum conversions. But if you're a Mechanicum player and you'd like to get a couple of ideas, I can thoroughly recommend it. But if you're not a Mechanicum player and you want to see some good old Space Marines, then I am at Young Wargamer on Instagram. And with that, that is going to be our first episode. Right. So I'm going to say a thank you again to Nick.
Yeah, huge thanks
for having me, guys.
As a teaser, the theme for our next episode, we're going to be moving from the universe of Warhammer 40,000 into the Age of Sigmar, and we are going to be creating our own endless spells.
That's very exciting.
Yeah, I know, right? I don't know how we're going to do that one.
Yeah, we'll see how that works out. We might try and make some rules for them as well. Really put out there.
Yeah,
really big bases.
Really big bases. Just take something. Yeah, cover it in glowy paint. Yeah, that'll be fine, right?
We'll figure it out though.
Yeah. So from us guys here, thank you guys very much for watching. If you have any thoughts on the models and you want to drop them down below, we'd love to read them.
Yeah, let us know who you think should have won, if you agreed with Nick or not.
Exactly.
Give us your own ratings.
Yeah,
if you want to follow lack of junkiness, ouchiness, and beatrumpness. Amazing. If you've got your own categories.
Yeah, and
love to hear it.
Absolutely. Yeah. So from us, then that's Minichanicus signing off.